Alright guys, so in the last video we were successfully able to log in on our front end as well as navigate to our profile page, but as well as we have protected these cards, these routes were not visible. So next thing is to register the user, and currently we have this profile, but we have logged in user, and if I go to application we can see this token is also stored over here. And if I clear this out and if I click Maven and reload, you would no longer see this profile route. So again, let me log in. Mandy123, not 123. That's a password now. And if I console, we cannot see the user. And one more thing, I want to protect this password. That was just for the testing purpose. I console this logged out. Now if I clear the terminal, Mandy1 and login, we are again have the token in our local storage. So next thing is to start working with the registration part, and for the registration part I'm gonna create register user, and it will be something same async, since we have to interact with the API register, and which will take commit again, and then user data, which will pass it to here, then commit register request, and let response equal to await xuse.post, since we are sending a data. Copy it out, and instead of this login it will be a register request, and we are passing the user data. And one more thing I forgot, that in my last video I console just logged out over here, so I just gonna get rid of that thing too. So on user data we will simply if res the data that success not equal to undefined, that means there's no success. Then we're gonna commit, that means there's success, gonna commit success method, and at last we're gonna return to the response which we are getting back from there. So now, since I don't know why, yeah, there's a comma, yeah. So now if I go to the register component, and I have to bring in import map actions, since we are just in making some action over here from Vuex. And now we want to create a methods, and we're gonna spread that method map actions, and we're gonna get register, and this is another method. And on submit of this form I wanna go call some action, submit, and firstly wanna prevent default behavior, and then call register user method. So on call of this register event method, Now we can, since this property has been brought into this function, now this register method is now existing in this register component. So this dot register, and we can push that. Firstly, we have to prepare the let user object, username, this dot username, password, this dot password, confirm password, this dot confirm password, email, this dot email, name, this dot name. I think everything is there. Yeah. Now we are just sending that user to this method, then waiting for the response, and this response will be something something. And once this response is there, press the data dot success, that is true, this dot router router push to the login page. We are just sending that user to the login page, and later on we'll be dealing with the errors. In last video we'll be dealing with the errors and other stuff, but for now this stuff is fine. So let's go and quickly create a registration node. So for example, register, and if I go Nandi 123 Narendra Maurya, nandimandi09@hotmail.com, and this is my other secondary account. And now if I register, yeah, unknown mutation, because I haven't registered those mutations which we have created over there. So for unknown mutations were there in my auth package. So first one was register request. So for that, I'm gonna copy and paste register request. I will take the state, state dot status equal to loading, register success. This will again take a state dot status success, and that's all. That should do it. No, Mandy, okay. And bad request. Let me see what this email is already registered. So why this email is registered, I cannot get. Yeah, so in the last one, due to mutation state was not there, but that request was fired. So now if I just go to my MongoDB server, which is terminal, and put that user, we should find 3 users in there. And yes, it is 3 users. So last request was to fire, that's why we are getting error in that. So whatever I want to show you, I'll show you in the next part. but for now that's fine. So now I want to work with the logout functionality, and for the logout functionality we'll go to change some states. So firstly, log out the user, and how we are gonna do that. So this will be again a async function logout, and once more we need to put in comma. This will take commit, and that's all. After that, await local storage dot remove item, and we want to get rid of token item which is there. We don't want that token. Commit logout, and once this part is done, we wanna delete the Axios default token. So to do that, defaults dot headers dot common, and that was authorization. We are just gonna get rid of that thing, and then we are simply returning. And this logout looks, there's some problem. Yeah, async. Oh, that's fine. I put wrong spelling. And now where I'm gonna use that thing. So I'm gonna use that in navbar action, and in just map getters. Since this is action, we want to map actions. Methods, and firstly we wanna bring map action, and that action is logout. Now since that method is prepared, we are bringing in that method from here, this action in the methods of this navbar component, and then log out user. Now we can use it as the property. So where was that? Yeah, here we have it. And one more thing I forgot in here, that is we have brought in the router. So now we can use that router in this component. Router.push login page. So we are just simply throwing that user back to the login page. So on the click, we are going to attach click event. Since it is an A tag, we want to prevent the default behavior. Logout user, call the logout user method on this, and this log out, and that's all. That would do it. So now if I go to my, currently I'm in my profile page, and if I click logout, I am kicked back on the login page. But the problem being with this is, if I still want to access this profile page, and let me quickly application, and there's no token, no more token also in the locus. But the problem being with this thing, we are still not protecting our routes, because since the user is login, but we are still accessing this profile. And then how we are gonna do that? So this is done so far. Now to prevent that route, we want to do some extra work. We want to do something called, firstly I'm gonna get rid of this part. Yeah, everything works same. So for that, we want some extra stuff. and how we are gonna do that extra stuff. So firstly, we need to bring in the store. Import store from store. So we have brought in the store, and now we need to use that store. So firstly, we don't want to do anything with this home route which is over here. We don't want to protect, we do not bother about this about route. But what we are bothered about is this login and register route to be protected for the authenticated users, and the profile route to be protected from the unauthenticated users. So we are simply gonna add some meta tags. So let's say here we have meta, requires guest, which is true, and the same thing will be for the registration page, and same thing will be profile page, but instead of it we want something not auth guest, requires auth meta tag. But still this thing is not complete, and we want to sorry about that guys, just a minute. Yeah, so instead of that we want to do some other stuff. So router dot before each keyword method, which will take 3 parameters, to, from, and next. This to is the next page on which we are trying to go, and the from is from which page, which component which we are, or view which we are going to, which we are coming from, and next is the thing. So to dot matched dot sum, which will give a record, and record dot meta requires auth. And for the authenticated users, we are now just going to use the store dot getters that is logged in method, and if the user is logged in, is not logged in, redirect to the login page, and we can do it by login. Else, if he has token, then we are simply forwarding his request to that page. Then next condition, else if we are simply gonna use this again, command C, and instead of auth guest, and this time it will be the opposite of it, and instead of sending back to the profile login page, we are sending him back to the profile page, and else we are simply redirecting it, but nothing is found there. So now let's clear this out. So if I log in and if I try to access profile page, will be redirected back to the login. So if I say Nandi1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 login, We are on the profile page. Now if I try to access the register page, we'll again redirect back to the profile page. Register, login, and since home and this file is the same, we don't have to worry about that. Now if I click logout button, the token is gone, but still we are not directed, and I guess there's an issue with that, and that issue lies in the JSON authorization. Okay, so this stuff is somewhat confusing me, and the problem is here. We want to log out, commit to, because after log out we have committed this logout, but we were not removing all the state. So to that, root at state.status equal to null empty string, and then it won't be comma state.token equal to empty, and state.user equal to empty again. So now if I save, and everything will fine. So now if I log in with the Mandy1 123456789 login, we have a profile. If I log out, we are again directed back to the user. So this was the error which I forgot, and everything is fine. So next thing is like that is fine, this is fine. Yeah, get profile. So now if I go to this profile page, profile component, I just wanna put some styling in there. So let's say dot card, and in there ul with list group, li with list group item, and we want username, name, password, email, 3 of them. Email, username, name. Okay, so we want to display these things, and if I go to this login over here, Mandy123, that password is incorrect. And we have a profile. So if I reload, we can see this thing, but still not used. So how we are gonna use the profile? So to get a profile, we need to go to the login state, auth, and instead of this logout, just above that, get the user profile, async, syncs, that is a you want to take that commit, await res equal to Axios Axios.get http localhost 5000/API/users/profile return res, and there's a comma, and this little commit, and before returning response we're gonna again commit profile present profile with the response .data.user. Okay, so sounds good. Yeah. And that will be commit. First commit is profile request. State.status loading, profile dot user equal to user. So everything is fine, I guess. And once that is done, we are going to this profile object and we want to bring in import map actions as well as map getters, because we are going to use both from view X, and then we want to have computer property, which will be map getters, and when I get the user later on methods, and I want to spread this map actions load profile, or what was it, get profile, and on the created lifecycle hook, this dot get profile request will be made. Now if I save and reload this thing again, currently we have a token. Let me say okay, get profile unknown getter. That's not getter, that's map actions. On the network, we are just getting the user data, but okay, I haven't used that thing. User dot email username, now if I save and reload, here I have everything. So that's basically it about this, and now I just wanna paste some stuff in here to make home page a little bit attractive. So just gonna, it might take a little bit for a while, but just the static stuff. So don't worry about this home page. If I save it, now home page looks much better. And one more thing, there's no space. So for that, you can go to this login or main app component, and after this app bar you can paste a couple of line breaks, and that will make your application look like this. Excuse me. Style, zero pixels, and this looks perfect. This is simple a bootstrap Jumbotron, and whatever we have used, I have just described the technologies. That's all. Then I'm going to go to this about page, and instead of this about page, h1 with the class of display 3. Okay, about us. That's the basic stuff. About a section. Car, Codebook INC. We are happy to help you in learning the projects. The stuff looks good. But needs some padding, so B3 I guess. Yeah, that looks. Spam, business, email, Okay, fine. So once that is done, very basic stuff, and in the next video we'll start dealing with this messages like notifications and pop-up bars, error notifications, which we'll be having in our application. And this looks what. So there's some issue with my app over here. Card content, home.view. Yeah, I overrided that thing. Yeah, fine. So in the next video we'll start working with the authentication, not the authentication but the like some stuff as usual, like messaging, error messages and all the stuff. We'll start working with that. And so far, so hope you like this video, and give this video a thumbs up if you like the content of us. And if you want to become a patron, then it will be great for us and kind of help us in just growing. So okay guys, so good night.